Okay, I just want to put this table in a number line, just to make sure that you understand that the rows are equal. In other words, 1 pound equals 2.2, 1 kilogram equals 2.2 pounds equals 35.3 ounces. So that means, let's do this one first, 0.2823 kilograms is the same as 0.0623 pounds, which is the same as 1 ounce. So I did that row there, right? Those are all the same. We line up vertically on a number line. And finally, the last one would be this one here. 1 pound is the same as 0.455 kilograms, which is the same as 16.05 ounces. So these are all the same. They line up here. These are all the same. They line up here. And these are all the same, and they line up here. Yeah, what's really nice about the metric system is when you understand it, it's very easy to convert between units because everything's powers of 10. They're just multiplying or dividing by powers of 10. Milli means thousandths, THX. Kilo means thousand. Centa, like cent, means hundred. And deca, like decimal, means 10. So 1 meter is equal to all these different conversions. So 1 meter equals, we're going to convert 5 meters to centimeters. And really the easiest way to do it is to say 1 meter is 1,000, 5 meters is 5,000 millimeters, or centimeters. 1 of these is 100, 5 of these is 500. But you can also set up a proportion like they did here. 1 meter is the same as 100 centimeters, therefore 5 meters is the same as how many centimeters, cross multiply and divide, and that's what you get. Convert 350 centimeters to decameters. So from here to here, you see how do you go from here to here? Divide by 10, right? So this should just be divide by 10, which should be 35. So that's what you got to do in your head. There's the conversion, 35 divided by 10. Moves the decimal 1 place. Okay, here's our example. Multiply or divide by power. Convert 2,300 meters to kilometers, 23 grams to milligrams, and 32 milliliters to liters. So here are the conversions. 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. Milli means thousandths, so 1 gram equals 1,000 milligrams. And finally, 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. All right, just knowing what milli means thousandths. When you have these conversions, then I can either set up cross multiply and divide, or I'm going to do it this way, right? 2,300 of these, how do I go from meters to kilometers? I got 2,300 of these. And I need, that's meters, and I need kilometers. how do I go from here to here? Divide by 1,000, so I divide this by 1,000, which moves the decimal 3 places, so that's 2.3 kilometers, or yes, kilometers. Here I have 23 grams. I'm going to go to milligrams. How do I go from grams to milligrams? I multiply by 1,000. So I'm going to multiply this by 1,000, which moves the decimal 3 places. And finally, I have 32 milliliters, which is how do I go from milliliters to liters? I divide by 1,000. So I divide 32 by 1,000, it moves the decimal 1, 2, 3 places. Now, can you do these with the proportion? Sure, just like we did up here, right? So here's our table, right? So these two things are equal, these two things are equal. And we want to go from, to get this one here, we want to go from 3,700 millimeters to centimeters, and then convert centimeters into feet. So I want to go from here to here, and then from here to here. So how do I go from millimeters to centimeters? Well, here it is. Divide by 10, right there. So that would just be 370. Which I placed right here. Now, how do I go from here to here? Well, it's not quite so easy, but if you think about what I said before, 30.48 divided by 30.48 is 1. So really, I'm going to take this and divide it by 30.48 in the end. Oops. That's what I'm going to do. Now watch this down here, as we're going to use a proportion, but this is a quicker way. If you don't understand this though, just go ahead and use a proportion, just like that. 30.48 is to 1, as 370 is to x. 30.48 is to 1, as 370 is to x. Cross multiply and divide. Ultimately, you're winding up exactly what I did here. And that's 12.14. Now you can line these things up vertically again, right? 100 millimeters is to 100 centimeters is to these things are equal. These things are equal, and these things are equal. They have the same magnitude, just different units. And here is our last example for this section. So I'm going to convert 1.6 grams into kilograms, into grams, and then into ounces. How do I go from kilograms to grams? I multiply by 1,000. So how do I go here? I multiply this by 1,000, which moves the decimal 3 places. Now, I can either set up a proportion, which I will show you, but really what's going to happen, and let me move this down. What's going to happen is I'm going to take, if I take 28.35 and divide it by 28.35, I get 1. So if I take 1,600 and divide it by 28.35, I will get the answer, which is 56.44. But I'll set it up as a proportion to solve this, just to show you. So there is the way of doing it with the proportion. I did it more like an equivalent fraction. But here's the way you can still do it with the proportion, get the right answer. Now, Brian, I'm gonna put these on a number line. Think about how I'm gonna do that, okay? So we have, these are equivalent right here. 1 ounce is 28.35 grams. That's equivalent. We don't have this number, so we're not putting it in. And then here, we have 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. They line up vertically. And over here, we have all three of them. 1.6 kilograms is the same as 1,600 grams, which is the same as 56.44 ounces. So they line up vertically.